Hey, Fanboy Nation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
We're watching
You're watching Fanboy.
Fanboy.
A fanboy, etc.
Fanboy Nation.
Dot, I assume Tom.
Today I am speaking with Tom Hopper, who's starring in SAS Red Notice as Declan Smith. How are you today, Tom?
Yeah, I'm very good, RC. Thank you.
And this movie is an action thriller that sits there and has you white knuckling your chair the entire time because there's levels of psychosis, sociopathic tendencies, calculated attacks, a family that sits there and is able to be a paramilitary group and almost have no conscience when it comes to their actions. When you read the novel and then the script, which was the draw first to pull you in to be a part of this film?
A blend of both, really. I thought the script was a really nice adaptation of the book, and I think Declan's character is brought out much more in the script. And Andy always really liked the idea of bringing more out of Declan, and that morality struggle that he goes through. And I think that's the biggest thing, really, for me was exactly that. The draw to the character wasn't just that he was a standard sort of military guy, like a hard man type and has no feelings and all that. It's the thing with the special forces. One thing that seems to run through all of them is their friendship with each other and how they're very loyal to each other. So the struggle that Declan goes on is very real, and the idea that he would betray one of his friends for a personal venture for his own career and for his own betterment and financial gain, that's a huge thing for him to do. It's a huge betrayal. And he has, out of the irony is he actually has the most morality out of all of them, really. He's less of a functioning psychopath, or a sociopath, whatever you want to call it, but actually someone who really gives a shit about his mates. So it was a struggle for him, and that's what really drew me to the role.
Right. And with it being Lent right now, it makes sense that a betrayal of biblical proportion is a part of the story.
Yeah.
Ruby has become the queen of action films. I think she's taken over for most of the men in the United States. And it's heartbreaking that her American accent's actually better than mine, and I was born in the States. Andy's huge, Tom Wilkinson's huge. You're working with heavy hitters here. You have a tried and true resume as well. When all of you come together, the level of professionalism is obviously there, but how do you, lighten the mood with such a heavy action-packed story?
Well, you lighten the mood because, personalities run on set, and I think one of the best things that we came out of this movie was as I said before, the friendships that are built inside the Special Forces. We really built our own friendships offset, like myself and Sam and Noel Clark and all the SAS boys. And Owen, actually, who is one of the Swans. We built a very, very close friendship. And that came across on screen, I think, that we all work for each other. And it was important that the friendships we built on set, really transition onto the screen, and that we're a unit and we're a group of friends before we're soldiers. So that was a big part of it for me, and I think that the personalities, they complemented each other.
Tom, unfortunately I'm running out of time, so I got to sit there. It's March 16th. The movie's out, available on VOD now. It is an action thriller. Parts of the UK still locked down. Parts of the United States is locked down. Give us one reason why we got to sit there and watch this film.
Oh, because I think there's few and far between movies like this one. There's lots of action movies out there, but this is one where I think when there's not much to go and do outside, this will give you a bit of a thrill ride and get the heart rate up inside.
Sir, we know that is the wrong answer. The right answer is because you're in it.
That's number two. I was going to go on to that one.
All right, you got to stay a little humble, Tom Hopper, thank you so much for your time. Where can we find you on social media? And before you say that, again, March 16th is when SAS Red Note drops on VOD. Please take it away.
I am Tom Hopper, and you can find me on tom.hopperhops on Instagram.
Perfect. Tom Hopper, thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of the weekend, and can't wait for everybody to see the film.
Thanks, man. Have a great one.
Thank you. You too.